It can be tough. I think. It's a long time they're on the field, a long time they're having to stop us on consecutive plays, and I think it more hinders the opposing offense because they're sitting down for so long. So they're a good drive like that, long drive is always good for the flow of the game. It helps the defense. Sort of helps us because it's like in practice you just get a lot of plays in, you get a good rhythm, and you feel like you've been on the field. So they're definitely good drives.
Well, how you get challenges with Parsons just in terms of both the talent and how they move him around in different spots?
Yeah, this will be my first time playing him, and only heard stories and seen video. So I know it's going to be a lot for us. It's going to be something that we really have to key and we really have to control. But he's one of the best players in the league for a reason. He's going to make his plays. We just have to limit those plays and don't make them game-changing. So he's a great player and he's backed by a great defense, and so we definitely got our work cut out for us.
With a guy like Parsons or playing against Miles Garrett last year, those really elite guys, how do you in-game, increase your awareness of just where they are and not spend too much time over-focusing?
Yeah, you definitely want to, you don't want to make them bigger than the game, but you definitely don't want them to take over the football game. So, we'll always, be aware of where he's at, just with certain calls, but you definitely have to play the game, and you have to also allow our players to, do their best against him and put them in different situations and give their defenses different pitches to hit and just kind of keep them off balance as best you can.
Both Pat Bryant's role continues to grow in the offense, but where have you seen him develop from the beginning of the season until now?
He's always been a savvy guy, but he's been able to learn a lot, and we've thrown a lot at him just to learn and to be on the field. To be on the field as much as he has, you got to know all the situations and all the plays. So he's done a good job of learning that, and as a rookie, that can sometimes be challenging, but he just kind of goes with the flow and just sort of acts like he's been there for a while, which is always a good thing. And he's made very good catches as the year's gone on. He's been an explosive player, and he's going to continue to do that for us. I think he's contributed at a high level, and he's really helped us get to where we are.
Well, how often when the play call comes in, you think this could be an explosive? And then the other part of that is if you don't get the look that plays in that explosive, how important is it to put it in your back?
Well, it's honestly, you go into a game, you hope all of them can be explosives, and you hope all of them are going to work. How you've seen them on video, how you prepared for them on film. Sometimes you're right, you don't get the look, so you have to minimize the damage, and every once in a while you can prevent it, not show it, but sometimes you write it out and get to check down, run, scramble, find a way out of it, and just don't make what was an opportunity to be an explosive, don't make a bad play, and definitely, if they cover it up, don't make it worse. But that happens. It's the part of the game usually. At all levels, you hope for a look. Sometimes you don't get it. You just got to minimize damage.
Hey, Bo, you worked with Philip a little bit before the draft. Assuming you did hear, what was just sort of your reaction to him coming back, and what did you think of him when that time?
I think it's awesome. I think he had a incredible career. He had, from what I remember, a lot of ups and downs. He finished really well with the Colts, probably a main reason why they wanted him back. And so, kind of like everybody else, eager to see what comes of it, how it looks, and all that kind of stuff. But he's one of the smarter quarterbacks to play. He's been one of the more accurate guys. And honestly, he played long into his career, so he understands how it is playing older, not being able to move around probably like he wanted to as a young guy. But so he's not in uncomfortable territory or waters, I can promise you that. And if anything, this break has allowed him to see the game differently, and you never know, it could be a good spark that they need. But happy for him. Know that's a cool thing to see a legendary player like that sort of come back and make another run at it.
Oh, a lot of buzz about you guys being underdogs. Do you use that as a battle cry motivation? You tune it out, and do you think that's a sign that you're not getting enough respect yet?
I don't really care. My mom thinks we'll win, so that's all that matters.
How do you just like this kind of big game atmosphere? It's AFC versus NFC, two of the top teams in each conference. Most of the nation see it, CBS, Nance, Roma. How do you like kind of this big game environment?
Love it. I think the atmosphere is going to be electric. I think our fans are going to be extremely motivated and very hostile. Probably going to be similar to the Chiefs game a few weeks ago. This will be what seems to be a playoff game. So this will be an intense game on the field. It'll be an intense environment. Anytime you play a home game like this, you would love the environment to be, what they say, as loud as anybody's ever heard. And I feel good after what happened, our last home game. So we're going to be ready to go on our side, and I know they're going to come in with a really good plan. I know it's going to be a really good football game, and it's pretty much going to be like playoff football, and that's what you get to December, and the end of the season. That's what you're playing for, and we're extremely excited about it. Happy to be in this position this year.
But we've seen the no-look throws and the off-platform throws. How much work has gone into it so you're comfortable making those throws in games?
No-look throw. Is he calling a no-look throw for me?
There was an angle that people were saying was a no-look in the Raider game.
Didn't believe what they're saying. I practice it. I definitely try it. You got to be very bold and comfortable doing it in a game. Sometimes you can get away with your helmet being some way and you peeking, another way. But those are just part of the game. You got to have good feel and awareness. Year two, I'm gonna be a lot slower to do it than a guy like Stafford, who's been doing it forever. He can probably close his eyes and make throws. But that's the fun part of the game, the unique creativity part of the game that I think the players really enjoy, because it allows our skill set to show, and it puts us in a situation to sort of manipulate the defense, if you will, and get them to move and find angles, and that's where kind of you get to 102 class, and it's you taking a step ahead, and I think at some point you have to start taking those steps, or you're just sitting in the same spot.
So has Harvey kind of taken, jumped to that 102 class with the accelerated usage, and what you've seen from him recently?
I probably still say he's 101. A rookie year it's tough. You gotta you're being drowned with so much information, but I would say he's passing with flying colors right now. But he's definitely taking steps, and he's finding ways to get better. I think he's finding ways to get more and more comfortable. He's starting to look a little bit like, we knew what he was like out of the backfield, but running the football, he's starting to, get his feet wet and start really understanding what it's like being in those situations, being in those cuts, making guys miss, kind of like what we saw before the league. But both him and Pat played bigger than rookies this year, which is if you want to go, where you want to go, and you have a record, like we have, those guys have to be able to play and play well. And I think that's what's contributed to a lot of our success.